All right, welcome back. The candidates are ready. State Rep Joe Harrison and Howard Castay Jr. And our first question tonight is going to be posed by Mr. Ron Brooks. But before we do that, opening statements by both candidates. Each gets 90 seconds. And Mr. Castay, you will go first.
Okay, thank you. My name is Howard Castay. I'm 48 years old. I live in Morgan City. I'm a native of New Orleans. I've been operating KBZE radio station here in the area for the past 19 years. Even though we have a satellite studio here in Houma, we have another in Morgan City. We also have another station in the Franklin area where simulcast that signal, and that's KFRA. I've been in and out of this area and have had the pleasure to do business with so many people that live in Assumption as well as Thibodaux, Lafourche, here in Terrebonne, and of course St. Mary Parish. Why am I running? I'm running because I'm you. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a business owner. I'm struggling just like you probably are to make a living for your family. The quality of life in this area needs to be stepped up. We need to drill. There's no doubt about it. Drilling has to get back, and it has to get back moving in the area. I'm also fighting for Chabert Medical Center, fighting for education at Nichols as well as UL, as well as Southern, as well as all of our other universities here. I also feel that our K through 12 systems need to be strengthened. Education is very important, and I'm not for any cuts to education whatsoever.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Castay. Mr. Joe Harrison.
Thank you. My name is Joe Harrison. I'm the elected representative from District 51, which has changed. We are now St. Mary, Assumption, Terrebonne, and Lafourche Parish. We have a new district, one of the largest districts in the state of Louisiana. Married to Susan Boudreaux Harrison, who is a school principal, public school principal. We have 4 lovely granddaughters. I always name them first, and our son and daughter. As a career profession, I'm a financial analyst. I hold 4 professional designations, Harrison Financial, Harrison Development, and WorkSource Development, which is a all-field service company. We have offices throughout our district and in Texas. I've established a lifetime of public service. I've served as Assumption Parish President, School Board, Police Jury, the Republican State Central Committee, which I am still a member of. I have been the president of the Chamber, the JCs, the KCs, a coach for 28 years, and I've been a referee for many, many years, and I hope that you don't hold that against me if I refereed your game. But I think that the important issues today are the ones that we're dealing with. We have gone through probably some of the worst conditions, natural disasters and man-made disasters that we could possibly look at. We had the BP oil spill right behind all the hurricanes, putting such a burden on our people. But coastal erosion, education, our seafood industry, the high cost of insurance, and reapportionment are hot issues. They're issues I dealt with. I have been there 100% of the time, and I feel that I can do the job for the qualifications I have for the people of our district.
All right,
and I thank you.
Thank you to both gentlemen. Now we will go to our first question, which will be posed by Mr. Ron Brooks. Ron?
Thank you, Martin. Good luck, gentlemen. The first question is, a constitutional amendment regarding the real estate transfer tax will be on the ballot in November. What is your position on this tax?
Okay, we'll go to same order as the opening statements.
At this present time, I'm against any taxes whatsoever. I just feel that we have been taxed enough in Louisiana, and we need a break.
Okay, short and to the point. Mr. Harrison.
I think it's pretty clear with the economic conditions that we're dealing with today. We have a depressed market in the real estate market. Plus the fact that taxes are not the answer to all things. We have enough money in our state budget that we just need to restructure, rearrange, and put the money where it's truly needed.
Okay, very good. Any follow-ups, Mr. Brooks, on that, or did they answer your question?
Sure.
Okay, all right, very good. Any follow-ups by the candidates? All right, we'll move on to our next our next question. And let's see, we have Philip McMahon, I think, is going to ask the next question from Flag. Philip?
Today, much of our government is dominated by partisan politics. What have you done or will be willing to do, if elected, in order to reach bipartisan support on important issues facing our state?
Yeah, and I'm trying to get the speaker on in here. Go say it one more time, Philip, for me if you can. Thank you.
Today, much of our government is dominated by partisan politics. What have you done or will be willing to do in order to reach bipartisan support on important issues facing our state?
That's probably the thing that we get most criticized for is what's going on in Washington instead of what's going on in Baton Rouge. I think that you'll see that we work together. We're all L's, which are Louisianians first and foremost. You're not a D, you're not a R. You look for what your district, your state, and the people of your state need and deserve. So I've crossed that line many, many times. I've sponsored bills and resolutions with Democrats as well as independents. And I feel that that is the best solution for us to work together to make our state a better state.
Okay, unlike my opponent, I am no party. And I believe that there's too much finger pointing going on. You cannot build Louisiana's economy on a divided area or a divided region. I'm for working together with everyone. There's got to be a common balance.
Okay, any rebuttals on that?
Well, I think that, again, with the way that the conditions that we're dealing with today, it's going to take all of us to come to good solutions. Not any one person has the best idea. It takes a common goal and interest of all concerned.
Okay. Mr. Castay.
I'm just for fighting for what's right.
All right, very good. Okay. What we're going to do now, thank you, Mr. McMahon, for that question. We're going to move now to Ms. Tracy Tierney with KWBJ TV 22. She poses the next question. Mr. Castay, you will go first on this one.
Good evening. Students across Louisiana are afforded the opportunity to go to college because of the TOPS program. How do you propose that that program is sustained for future students?
Well, I am for the TOPS program. As I said, I am for no cuts to education whatsoever. I feel like there could be some modifications, perhaps maybe looking to those who are in a low-income bracket, perhaps also raising some standards. Our school, or our Bessie board, has done a great job in school accountability. Perhaps maybe we need to implement some of those ideals into the TOPS system in order to make sure scholarships are distributed to students who are worthy of those scholarships, but also to hold them accountable while they are in school.
Okay. Mr. Harrison?
The TOPS has been a hot button issue for me for the last 4 years, and I think that anyone that knows me knows I've been involved in many pieces of legislation. The TOPS program is probably one of the best things to give the middle class and those people at the lower income levels that opportunity to send their children to college, which is a phenomenal thing. It's something that we all strive for, to make our children better than what we were, or try to give them the life that they could have. But unfortunately, we have some students right now who are taking advantage by not going to classes and losing that money. It's costing us millions of dollars, and we have to put accountability measures there. But I think the thing that we need to attack first, and it's one that I've talked about many times, is that the people of this state voted for gaming, for education. We revenue share about $900 million to the state of Louisiana, but yet education is only getting $200 million of that. That is not what we voted for. I'm writing the legislation to correct that, to support TOPS as part of that program, and make it a solid program for those people to depend on it for their children to have that type of education.
Mr. Castay,
Go ahead.
you mentioned the Bessie board. Representative Harrison, you've introduced legislation multiple times, if I'm not mistaken, concerning Bessie. Can you?
Yes, I have. I write legislation not necessarily to accomplish the end goal, but to get people active in understanding where we need to be. I think it's accomplished that in many of the bills that I've written. It's a practice that I did both as a parish president and school board member. Sometimes it's the shock and awe of saying something to get them to the table and understand, what are we doing? It's a reassessment, a reevaluation, and that was the purpose of what we did during those times.
Okay. Ms. Tierney? Okay. All right, what we'll do, Jay, do we have to take a break right now? All right, we do have to take a break. When we come back, Mr. J.J. Buquet will pose a question. It's all next, so don't go away.